In the heart of the African continent lies a land of extraordinary beauty, warmth, and rhythm. Uganda, often called the Pearl of Africa. It has a name Sir Winston Churchill gave after traveling through the country more than a century ago, amazed by its fertile landscapes, majestic lakes, and the kindness of its people. But long before the world knew its name, Uganda's story was already written in the flow of the Nile, in the psalms of its people, and in the mist that rises each morning over the Rwenzori Mountains, the mountains of the moon. The story of Uganda begins with water. From the vast Lake Victoria, the second largest freshwater lake in the world, the mighty Nile River begins its epic journey northward toward Egypt. At Jinja, often called the source of the Nile, the river bursts forth with unstoppable energy, symbolizing the life force of an entire nation. Along its banks, fishermen cast their nets at dawn. Children splash in the shallows, and the early sun turns the river into a ribbon of gold. Uganda is a land blessed by nature. Its rolling hills and volcanic soils make it one of the most fertile regions on earth. Bananas, coffee, and tea plantations stretch toward the horizon, and the scent of rich soil follows the rain. To the west, dense tropical forests house some of the planet's rarest creatures, including the mountain gorillas of Bwindi, impenetrable forests, whose deep, soulful eyes have drawn travelers from across the world. In Queen Elizabeth National Park, lions climb fig trees, elephants wander through the grasslands, and the sound of hippos fills the air at dusk. But Uganda is more than its natural beauty. It is the heartbeat of a people bound together by history, resilience, and song. Across its regions, Bagando Bonoro, Toro, Ankle Busoga, Ankali, and more of a community has its rhythm. The drum is not just an instrument, it is communication. It summons people to celebration, to mourning, to dance, and to unity. In villages and towns, the sound of drums mingles with laughter, with the calls of street vendors selling roasted maize, and with the hum of motorbikes zipping through red dirt roads. The capital, Kampala, sits on 7 hills, alive with movement and color. Taxi conductors shout routes from every corner, boda riders weave through traffic, and the markets overflow with matoke, or green bananas, pineapples, and avocados larger than your hand. Music pours from every radio, Afrobeat, reggae, and traditional rhythms, blending into the soundtrack of a young, ambitious nation. For all its hustle, Kampala is also a city of deep faith, where churches, mosques, and shrines stand side by side, echoing the country's harmony of belief. Uganda's history, however, has not been without pain. The years of colonial rule and later political turmoil tested the country's soul. The dark era of Idi Amin's dictatorship in the 1970s left deep scars. Thousands lost their lives, and many fled into exile. Yet even in the face of such suffering, the spirit of Uganda did not break. The people endured, rebuilt, and rose again. That resilience, the ability to smile after hardship, to hope after loss, defines Uganda today. In the decades that followed, Uganda transformed itself. The land once torn by conflict became a center for regional peacekeeping, education, and innovation. Its universities now produce some of East Africa's brightest minds. Its farmers have turned the nation into one of Africa's top coffee producers. Its young entrepreneurs are building apps, exporting crafts, and telling their stories to the world. Everywhere you go, from the quiet villages of Gulu to the vibrant streets of Mbarara, there is a sense of progress powered by hope. Culturally, Uganda is a mosaic. Over 40 ethnic groups live within its borders, each with its language, customs, and traditions. Yet the people share one unifying trait: generosity of heart. Visitors often say that in Uganda, a stranger is never alone. You will be welcomed into homes with a smile, offered food before questions, and greeted as Mzungu with warmth and laughter. It's a country where connection is natural, where relationships matter more than wealth, and where community still comes first. Education and faith play central roles in everyday life. Sunday mornings bring hymns from churches echoing across valleys, while Friday afternoons hum with prayers from mosques. In classrooms across the country, children in bright uniforms recite lessons under open skies, their laughter carrying dreams of a better tomorrow. And in every village, there is always someone teaching, whether it's a grandmother passing down a proverb, a farmer sharing new planting methods, or a musician teaching a child how to beat the drum. Uganda's beauty shines brightest at dawn. Imagine standing by Lake Bunyani, the place of many little birds, as mist floats above the still water and the first light touches the islands. Or hiking in the Rwenzori Mountains, where glaciers gleam and clouds swirl like silk. Or sitting in a small roadside cafe in Entebbe, sipping local coffee as fishermen haul their catch from the lake. Every scene is poetry in Moshana, reminder of why Uganda captured hearts long before it appeared on any travel map. But what truly defines Uganda is not its land or wildlife, it is its people. The woman, balancing a basket of mangoes on her head with effortless grace. the boda driver who stops to help a stranger, the school teacher who walks miles each day so children can learn, the laughter that rises even in hardship. This is the soul of Uganda, breakable, kind, and full of rhythm. As the sun sets over the savannah, turning the grasslands golden, drums begin to beat once more. Children dance, barefoot in the dust, elders clap their hands, and voices rise in song. It is a celebration not just of the day that is past, but of life itself, the pure, unshakable joy of being Ugandan. Uganda may not be the richest nation in the world, but it is among the richest in spirit. Its landscapes are lush, its music vibrant, its people resilient, and its future bright. And when you leave, the sound of its drums and the warmth of its smiles will follow you long after the plane has flown beyond the Nile. This is Uganda, the Pearl of Africa, shining still, proud and alive, in the heart of the continent. Thank you so much for joining us on this journey. If this story moved you, please like, share, and subscribe for more stories from around our incredible world. See you next time.